Hey everyone! As you can see, I am back from my Walt Disney World vacation. It is so sad to be back. I wish I was still there. I clearly did not want to come home, but I am here and I'm really excited to share with you guys what I bought on my Disney World vacation. So as you can tell from the title of this video, this is my Walt Disney World haul. So let's talk Disney. So I'm going to start off just showing you guys some of the free things that I got from Disney, because when you're in Disney you do get some free things if you ask for them or just because. So the first free thing that I got was my I'm celebrating button. I was celebrating my graduation, so when we got to our hotel I went up to the front desk and asked them for an I'm celebrating button. They have I'm celebrating buttons for just general I'm celebrating, and they can write what it is on it, or you can get birthday ones, anniversary ones. I think Disneyland actually has graduation ones. I know I've seen them, but Disney World does not, so that's why I just had them write it. But no matter what you're celebrating, get a celebration button. And even if you're not celebrating anything, you can celebrate your unbirthday, or you can celebrate your birthday, because Disney has a cool rule that you can celebrate your birthday 6 months before or 6 months after. So you can celebrate your birthday whenever. They do not mind at all. They actually encourage it. So I highly recommend getting an I'm celebrating button for no matter what you may be celebrating. The second free thing I got was actually from Epcot. It is a Flower and Garden Festival pamphlet, and when you open it up, basically it shows you some of the different things they have during different weekends. It also shows, you can also get it like stamped, and it shows different places that serve certain foods during this time. So it's a really cool souvenir and it's free, so why not go ahead and pick one up if you're going to an event. I'm sure Food and Wine probably has a similar thing. Probably any event has something free that you could pick up like this, so I do recommend that you pick up something like this. The next one is actually an extra luggage tag that we had. So it's an extra luggage tag. It has our names on it and where we were staying. I think it's just kind of cool, so I might be making a shadow box, and if I do, I will definitely put this in the shadow box. Another freebie was we did the Hoop-Dee-Doo review. So this was the menu they have on your table. They're just paper menus, so feel free to take them. I'm sure they just wipe everything off the table when they're done. Tons of people were also taking them. I mean, they're paper. If you get something on them, they're not going to reuse them. So feel free to take these, and it's also another great souvenir that says where you were, and you don't have to purchase anything. The last freebie I have are cards for the ride Sum of All Thrills in Epcot. We wrote it, and I would highly encourage, if you were going very soon, to try to ride that, because I heard that it's closing. I heard somewhere that it could have been as early as May 27th, but obviously it didn't close because it's still up and running, and that's actually the date that we went to it. So I was really excited that they were still open, but they are closing soon. But these are just nice little cards they give you that have your roller coaster ride on it. So they give you a number to text to view your ride and your roller coaster, whatever you chose, and then it also gives you a website to play other cool games. So my mom got one and I got one, so I'm definitely keeping these, and these will also go in my shadow box. Some other free things that we got that I don't have to show you are things like things that we ate. The first day we were there, my mom and I ordered a kids meal, and we were not sure whether it came with 2 sides or 1 side, because the way they had it worded on the top, it was just a little confusing. So I had picked out 2 sides, and we got up there, we found out it was only 1, but we got the grapes for free, because I'm thinking it was because I was wearing an I'm celebrating button, but also there's just some Disney magic in that, so I feel like, you know, she was just like, oh, it's grapes, not a big deal. So I got some grapes for free. Also, our second to last day, I purchased a cookie and water, and when we went to check out, they were just like, oh, it's on Mickey, it's free. So sometimes that will happen, and especially if you're wearing any button for celebration, you could get free things like free dessert and stuff like that, but definitely don't expect it, but it could happen. So now I'm going to start with the things that I purchased. Now, I like to think that I purchased a lot, but at the same time, it might not be a lot compared to what other people purchase. Just a disclaimer, I'm not doing this to show all the things like, oh, brag, this is what I got. but I just want to show you guys, so if you guys are interested in buying this stuff too, it kind of gives you a price range on how much it was and maybe where I got it, and you can see to save for your Disney trip, because I did save money specifically for this, so I did splurge a little, but that's okay. First thing, well, not the first thing that I bought, but one thing that I knew I wanted was another pillow pet. I have a Stitch pillow pet and I love him. My cat sleeps on him sometimes, so it's kind of flattened out, so I kind of wanted another one. And I thought Pluto was too cute to pass up, so I got Pluto at my resort, but they sell these all throughout the parks. There are a few that I only saw at a couple parks, like I think there was an Eeyore that was only located, I want to say it was Hollywood Studios, I'm not sure, but if you go on the Disney Park app, you can find out where all this stuff is located. But Pluto is pretty much everywhere, so I just got him at our resort so we could take him right back to the room, and he was $32. The next thing I'm going to show you is my jewelry. So one of the first jewelry items I bought was this Mickey key necklace. This was $24.95, and I got this at World of Disney in Disney Springs. I also got these earrings at Disney Springs. Now, they are birthstone earrings. This is April. I was actually born in March, but I got the April because I liked the diamonds, and they do sell bigger Mickey ones with diamonds, but they were a lot more expensive. I want to say they were like $40, and if I would have bought those, I probably wouldn't have bought the necklace, but these are nice because these are the cheaper earrings, and they're small, which is good because I didn't want something too big. So these, I believe, were $18 or $20 around there. And I also got these at World of Disney. The next thing I got, which I've already worn a couple of times, is this cute bracelet. Now, I got this along Main Street at one of the shops. I'm not sure which, but I also have seen this at a lot of places. And this was also $20. I had seen it the first day we were there, and I was like, okay, I absolutely need to buy this. So when we went back, I went ahead and got it. The next thing that I purchased is the biggest purchase that I made. It was one that I knew I was going to make from the get-go. I knew that I wanted these so badly. I just wasn't sure which ones I wanted, and they are the Alex and Ani bracelets. I wanted two of them. I knew that this one was one that I definitely wanted, which is, these are all gold by the way, because all of mine are gold, but it is the Mickey one that says it all started with a mouse. I knew I wanted that one, and I wasn't sure which other one I wanted. I was torn between so many because they're all so pretty, but I ended up going with the Lion King Hakuna Matata one, once again also in gold. And I am super excited about these. I believe they were like, I think they're like $40 each, no matter what the color. I'm pretty sure both colors cost the same, but definitely my biggest purchase because both these together were $80. And I wasn't excited to spend that much money, but I knew that I did want those, so those were definitely something I had to buy. And a side note about the Alex and Ani bracelets, I read last night that they are coming up with a new set. I think there are 3 new ones coming out. It's 3 or 4. It's coming out later this summer, I think. I want to say July something. For new Alex and Ani bracelets that are princess themed, and there's an Ariel one that I'm gonna have to order off the Disney Parks app because it is so cute. It's green and it has Ariel and Flounder on it, and I am definitely gonna buy that once that comes out. So if you guys really like those bracelets, there are some new ones coming out, so make sure you're ready for that. Next I have a shirt that is Mickey Mouse, and then the back is like kind of open with this bow hanging. And I first saw it at Rock and Roller Coaster on, like, off to the side in the gift shop, and they only had like extra large and double extra large, and they did not have anything close to my size. So I was really upset, and I looked all over every park, could not find it. Our very last day, as we were walking out of the park, my dad was looking for a shirt, so we stopped in one last store to look for it. Getting ready to walk out, and on a rack, I see those shirts. I ran over, and they had my size. So of course I bought it. I was so excited that I had finally found it, but the lady was saying how they were very popular and they were going really quickly, so that explains kind of why I wasn't finding them anywhere. So I ended up getting this on Main Street USA, and it was $32.95, but definitely worth every penny. I think it's so cute, and I love how it's just open in the back, so I'm really excited about that. I also got another shirt. This was also along Magic Kingdom, I think. Or no, this was in Epcot. This was at one of the main stores in Epcot, but they do sell it in many other places, and I thought it was just cute. I don't have many white in my closet, and it's just a white tank top with Mickey lounging on the beach, and then the back is kind of crisscross, and this was also $32.95. So a lot of their shirt prices tend to average the same depending on what type of shirt you're getting. My next purchase was something that I have heard so much about, but I've never actually tried, which is Basin in Disney Springs. Now, I don't really like taking baths that much, so I don't really generally take baths. So bath salts, bath bombs, none of that would really help me, and I use shower gels, so soaps weren't really a big thing for me either. So the only thing that I was really interested in were the hand scrubs, which were really expensive, and the face bars. So what I got was a charcoal soap for basically like for blackheads and stuff like that. This bar was $5.94, but it's measured by its weight. So I got one of the smaller ones. You can get a smaller one or a bigger one. And looking back at it, I kind of wish I would have gotten a bigger one just because I don't know when I'm going to be back to Disney. So it would have been nice to make sure it's going to last me a while, but I'm hoping this at least lasts me a little while, so I guess we'll see on that. The other thing that I knew I wanted this trip were pins. Now, I'm not huge on pins, but I did want one with the year, and I did want one for our resort. So I got a 2016 pin with Stitch on it. I don't know if it's focusing. So cute, because for those of you who don't know, I absolutely love Stitch, so I knew that I wanted Stitch. They do have many other characters. Once again, this is an item that you can find all over the park. I'm trying to remember how much this was, but unfortunately it is just listed as yellow on the back because for a lot of things like jewelry and pins, they just have a list, and with different colors it's going to cost a different amount of money. So I'm not quite sure how much I paid for this, but I want to say it was around the $13 range. And that also would go for the second pin that I got, which is Art of Animation, which I got at my resort. But I thought it was kind of just cute, you know, to have a pin from where we stayed at. So I got that. At Disney Springs, I also stopped by Once Upon a Toy to get some Tsum Tsums. Now, previously I had heard that Tsum Tsums are really hard to find around the park, and there are only certain places that have them. But I actually found that they were kind of all over the place. So, they're not everywhere, but a lot of stores seem to be getting on the Tsum Tsum craze now. So I got some of the ones from the Jungle Book. So I definitely had to get Baloo, because he is so darn cute. King Louie. And Bagheera. All of the Jungle Book ones are really cute, but I thought these were the cutest, and I didn't want to get too many, especially because Disney has a deal where you can get 3 small ones for $15, so that's what I went with. And these were $5.95 each. Now, normally around my area, Tsum Tsums are $4.95 each, so it was $1 more. But also I've noticed that Tsum Tsums seem to be raising their prices in some stores, so that could just be it for that. This was actually purchased by my parents for me, but this was also something I knew I wanted. It is a sweatshirt with all of the parks on it and with Mickey. Now, what I really like about this is it has the Tower of Terror for Hollywood Studios, and you know, you never really know how much longer the name Hollywood Studios is going to stick around, so it's kind of nice to have something for that. And it just says, I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse, and that has Walt Disney's signature at the bottom, and I thought it was so cute. This is a men's t-shirt, but I found that the small fit me fine, so why not? So it was $49.95, and I got that also in Disney Springs at the World of Disney store. I'm coming down to the end of my bag here, but some other things I purchased were chokers. I didn't notice these until I was at Hollywood Studios, but they actually sell them a few other places. This one's all tangled, but it's just a Mickey choker. And then they also had a different Mickey choker that was kind of like a diamond, and these were all the 3 that they had, so I got all 3 of them because why not? And then the mini bow. So I love chokers. I wear them all the time, so that was definitely not a purchase that I would be worried that I wouldn't use because I know that I will use those. And the very last purchase I purchased in Hollywood Studios, which is a new phone case. It was $29.95. And there was a wooden one I really liked, but it was like $50 and I didn't want to pay that much for a phone case. However, I love Disney phone cases. I've had one before, but it was unfortunately for my 5 and I now own a 6, so I knew that I needed a new one because I absolutely love them. They're really good for protecting your case, so if there's something you really want to splurge on, I do think the cases are well worth it, and it's just such a cute design, so I knew I had to get that. That is it for everything on my Walt Disney World haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next week, I am hoping to upload a video that was kind of the highlights of my Disney trip. As I stated before, I wasn't really into the vlogging thing because I really wanted to enjoy my trip and not focus on videoing too much, but I did video some and I took tons of pictures, so I'm going to throw that all together and hopefully that will be out next week. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I hope this definitely helped you for maybe some of the future things that you will buy at Disney. So if you did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.